ecosystem. So we saw the development ecosystem, we saw the speed, the scale, the go-to-market, the size of that opportunity. What we realized was it wasn't as easy, however, to live in China as a foreigner and try and build a business. And that was very simply, one, because of language, two, because there's a whole range of things he needs to try and navigate. And Hong Kong was a better foundation as a base to build the core infrastructure. To file a company, get the taxation benefits, get the core benefits of the various grants, get the benefits of the IP, the trademarks, all the legal structure. So all the foundation and infrastructure in Hong Kong was very strong. And that was one of the reasons we moved here, and we started doing investments and started bringing teams from around the world back to Hong Kong, as well as investing in the local ecosystem. However, I don't think this is just a Hong Kong conversation. We always look at it as Hong Kong plus Shenzhen, Hong Kong plus Guangzhou, Hong Kong plus Shenzhen plus Guangzhou. I think it's about leveraging the strengths of each ecosystem. And if you're building a business, for example, you may want to do your product development in China, set up your company in Hong Kong, and then go out and do all your 3PL and logistics in Guangzhou. So I think it's really about figuring out what ecosystem makes the most sense and how to plug in the strengths of the various different ingredients that you have across those three. And that's what we've been trying to do.
Thank you. And Matthew, why Hong Kong?
Well, it's funny because when I decided to relocate to Asia, they all told me, yeah, okay, there is no market in Hong Kong for what you do. Just go to Singapore. And I was like, investigating, calling in Shanghai, Singapore, and Hong Kong. They told me, don't go to Hong Kong. Like, is not a good place for you to scale up the business. And I went because of my wife at first, because she wanted to go to Hong Kong. So I went and decided to start from there. And now it's funny because it will be like really our landing pad for the whole of Asia. So we've got 3 offices. We finally decided to open an office also in Singapore. We've got an office in Tokyo, and our next step is obviously China. Still hesitating between Shenzhen and Shanghai. But yeah, we'll figure out that soon.
Stop.
Okay. Well, I've moved in the opposite direction as now, because I came from France a long time ago, 20 plus years ago, to Singapore first. I spent 10 years in Singapore before Hong Kong. And I kind of course, they are very comparable economies in terms of size, openness, and whatnot. And I think there's one thing Singapore can't beat Hong Kong to is Hong Kong is part of China and is more strategically located as the heart of Asia. We are really in the middle. We're part of China, and yet you can have this Hong Kong plus strategy looking at the whole geography. Everything is within 2-3 hours by plane. Half of humanity lives here, and there's a lot going on in and around China.
Thank you all. That's all the questions on my paper, but I do have one more question for Hodolph. Why innovation at the edge? So can you explain more about this program and also our acceleration program in Hong Kong?
Sure. So innovation is hard. It's hard for everybody, and it is very hard for a corporate company. For a very simple reason, we have a good business, it's running. Let's do it the same way we do, and we need to disrupt ourselves in some way. So innovation at the edge for Schneider means, okay, we recognize the traditional business is going to be run the way it should be, and next to that, at the edge of that, we're going to do something different. So that's truly what it is. Innovation at the edge is a number of different practices that we run. We run ventures, we run incubation, we run partnerships, JVs, so a number of practices that we're putting in place to do something new, something different, and hopefully disruptive, actually. So Schneider has a very long history of having a multi-local type of approach. We are a global company, but the way we do it is not running everything from the French headquarters, but rather building very, very strong hubs in the different geographies we care about. Obviously, Asia is a major hub, and China is a major hub. And Schneider has a very long history of being settled here in Hong Kong. And that's one of the reasons, obviously, we wanted to tap into the local ecosystem and build something from there.